want you to do is let me.
We're going to go back to the beginning on this, and then we're going to talk about
all right.
what it is that he's actually doing, because it's pretty obvious here. Are we ready? Fair use, Alex. You don't do these things and not expect to get criticized, all right? If you want to do it right, you need to come see the expert, and we both know who that is at this point in time. Here we go.
All the time.
Yeah, all right. So what I want you to do is let me just kind of bend for you. All right? Let me bend a little bit more down, all the way. Drop your head. Good. Bend your ear to your shoulder, all the way. Like, more. All the way.
Okay, so what did we see? We seen him yank his head from his left, from the patient's left to his right. That's what we just got through seeing. So, let's see if we can see this. He's on the head. He's pulling. He's not going up. It's not a lift, but he's yanking him laterally, and he's going from right to left. This is what he's doing. He's basically yanking his head that way is what he's doing. He's getting a pop. Now, I can't tell you where the audible's at. Probably somewhere in the upper cervicals. But it could also be in that joint there, possibly. I don't know. He does it enough times, he's putting damage in there because it does not move that way. The head is designed to rock on the atlas. That's what the head does. That's what the atlanto-occipital joint does. Is it supports the head and rocks the head on top of the atlas. And he's yanking the head. I'm going to exaggerate it just a little bit. He's yanking the head like that. What makes you think that's normal? What makes you think that's normal? And then let's go on.
Oh man. Oh, so it's true.
It is real.
Wow. Oh, I felt it like going across ear to ear.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what we were doing.
That's what we were doing. That's what we were doing. He specifically admitted that is exactly what his intentions were. He felt it going from ear to ear. One more time. That's what we were doing, and I'm going to exaggerate it just a little bit. He's taking the patient's head, and he's like that is what he's doing. He's specifically pulling it from right to left, and it's not a lift. It's just a lateral pull. It's a lateral pull, and then he'll go and he'll do it the other way. So what's specific about it? Please tell me what's specific about it. He doesn't consider the dynamics of the joint. He doesn't understand how this thing works. He just doesn't understand it. And he's going to pay me to figure it out. The fact that I've criticized him so much, if he goes and changes things, like, say, one direction only, then that means that I'm putting the heat on that motherfucker so bad that he has to make the change because now people are talking. I'm sorry. But he should have listened to me 2 years ago when I approached him. I dropped the name Earl Creighton. My information was out there already. Clearly and obviously, they know my grandfather. And he goes silent. It bothers me. It seriously disturbs me to think that these people do whatever they choose to just to maintain their power and their control. I'm going to take this off of here. This thing is coming apart, actually. But it disturbs me to think that these people, do what they do to maintain their power and their control when they do not know, they do not understand, and they are aware that they don't get it. He's out here experimenting. But chiropractic in the early days, once they got there, and it was a school, it wasn't a college. Chiropractic in the early days, in their license, they got the ability to go and teach at the same time. So a bunch of schools cropped up all over the place, and everybody's out there, rushing to cash in. It was the next big money maker, like sliced bread. And none of them were willing to take responsibility and, honestly be real about the truth. And, it just goes back to what it was that they told me when I'm blogging the first time. They didn't want to pay Grandpa. They didn't want to pay him because everybody else was doing the same thing. Well, Grandpa figured it out. He figured it out. He tried to raise the standards, and they weren't going to have it. And they wanted to steal it. They didn't want to use it unless, they were going to lose their patient. They pulled it out in what they considered a crisis situation. The guy in Tulsa, that's the only time he ever used it. And they were going to lose their clientele. They're going to lose their patient. So they don't really want to use it. They filed it. I use it. It's the only thing I care about. And their crap is crap.